Good morning, everyone. Deb, thank you. Glenn, thank you. My name is Emily Harriet. I am one of your dedicated internal partners on the sales desk with Axonic with Deb. And we are so, as Deb said, so thankful for you having us here. And we're excited about the partnership, and we really do look forward to working with all of you. Today, what I wanted to talk about is about Axonic. We're going to go over our fixed index annuity. We're going to go over our MIGA and kind of what it looks like working with us. And then, of course, any questions that you guys have, we want to go over as well. So we do work a little different from some of our competitors. Deb and I work for Axonic Insurance. We are the servicing agent of the relationship. You can think of us like a third-party administrator. We get all of the agent's license. We provide the marketing materials. We have an agent portal and a client portal on the website, and we support the agents and clients just from the beginning to the end. We were established in 2022, but also Axonic Insurance is supported by Axonic Capital. And Axonic Capital is our private equity firm out of New York City. It was established in 2010. They have $6.4 billion in AUM, and they reassure all of our products so you and your clients can feel protected and reassured that the contracts can and will be honored. Let's see. So to break it down, Axonic Capital is our parent company. They're 520 Madison Avenue in New York City, and oh my goodness, their office is gorgeous. And in January 2024, Axonic Capital expanded into the insurance sector with the launch of Axonic Insurance, which is who Deb and I work for. In 2022, Axonic International was launched with a global product suite. They engage with investors across 5 continents. So it's based in Cayman. Axonic International collaborates with leading global financial institutions like BlackRock, PGIM, Munich Real Estate, BNY Mellon, and all this is to diversify the risk and enhance returns. By partnering with Axonic Insurance, Deb and I, you are also partnering with AmFirst Insurance Company, which is the underwriter of our US-based annuity products. So AmFirst is rated A- by AM Best. They have $107 million in assets, $81.4 million in capital, $97 million in cash and invested assets. So basically, AmFirst is our insurance carrier that issues all of the policies. Axonic Insurance, Deb and I, we distribute the policies. And Axonic Capital reinsures the policies so both you and your clients can rest easy knowing that the money is safe, that they're investing with us. Axonic has partnered with AmFirst, our issuer, because they are licensed in 46 states and, again, have that A- rating. You may have heard that their license is temporarily paused in a few states. Marked in gray on this map, while the license is being reapproved, it was just a clerical error, and we expect that entire situation to be resolved sometime this summer. So we should be back in full force with almost all states very soon. Moving forward, our fixed index annuity. So our fixed index annuity is for clients that are looking for that upside potential, market participation, but there's no risk of losing money. They have that downside protection. Our trailhead is our true accumulation play. What makes us different, is we choose to go with 3 guaranteed indices with a 1- and 2-year term so that your clients don't have to worry about renewal rates while they grow their wealth. Our goal here is, as a new company, we want to reduce objections for your agents to make sure that it's easier for the clients to understand. So I'll explain. What I mean by guaranteed indices is we have participation rates on each of these 3 indices that are guaranteed for the entire contract. Most annuity contracts allow the carrier to revise the cap and par rate at the beginning of each new annual term. But these 3 indices, those par rates will never decline during the contract. So the reason why we do this is we don't want your clients to have to worry about renewal rates. But those three indices, it's Deutsche Bank, Foresight X Asset 10, NASDAQ 100 Volatility Control, 7%, and the S&P 500 Dynamic Intraday TCA. These are all volatility control indices, which is, to me, the perfect type of index participation that you could have within a fixed index annuity. It just makes sense to me. It's what the clients are looking for, this type of risk control within this product. This looks scary, I know. I don't love how they made this, but all those orange numbers that you see, those are the guaranteed participation rates that will not change. So those are guaranteed. They will not decline. So if you were to submit an application today, in 3, 4, 5+ years, these rates would still apply. So if you were in that S&P Dynamic Intraday TCA index, you see that 1 year is an 80% participation rate. In that 5-year term, it will never be lower than that. And in addition to those guaranteed indices, we do have access to the S&P 500, which I'm sure all of you are aware is the most commonly followed equity index. So this product here allows clients to invest in 2 different ways. They could do a cap, so a cap on the S&P 500, it's a point-to-point, or they could have a par rate. So that's a big plus as well. And then we also, of course, have a fixed bucket, which is a very competitive 5.05% right now.
Yeah, Emily, I want to call out that fixed rate is actually one of the highest that we have in our arsenal. A lot of agents in a volatile market, like Emily's saying, they might want to put a portion of the money in a fixed rate this year because the market's been really, roller coaster. How's that for a term, Emily? It's been a roller coaster this year. So when you hear 5.5%, I mean, that's way above 5.05. That's way above a CD rate. That's way above, what they're going to get in a straight up MYGA for the most part. So this is a really good index. If you don't understand indexes and you study this a little bit, the participation rate is important because a lot of times it's under 100% with other companies. And if they're able to get a strong participation rate and a strong fixed rate, the outcome should be very, very good. So I didn't want to interrupt you, but these are really outstanding. And I think it has a lot of opportunity for growth.
Absolutely.
Emily, I have a comment on that too, if you don't mind. And Glenn, thank you for bringing up that point that you just brought up, because the other day I was talking to an agent and he said his philosophy was his case was like 100,000 and he was going to put all of it in the fixed account to start with, and then next year perhaps put it in one of those other indices. So in that scenario, if you start out in the fixed bucket at 505, which is a very good rate, in year 2, 3, 4, and 5, if you're going in the 5-year, you would still get those guaranteed par rates for the duration of the year 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's very important that people understand that, because it's got some flexibility built into it. So I just wanted to bring that up just to make sure people were aware that they can maneuver very easily in this product.
Absolutely. And also adding on to that, that's a perfect segue for what I was going to bring up next. So another thing that makes us a little bit different is we have what's called an interest boost. So once, like Deb was saying, if you go in that fixed account for the first year, due to, whatever, it's obviously based on the risk tolerance of the client. But after that first crediting term, so we do have the 1 or the 2-year different crediting terms, but after the first one that you select, we're going to give you a little oomph at the end so that you can have the compounding interest on top of that going forward. So it gives you more growth at the beginning so that your clients can know that like now is a good time to get into the market, even though we are experiencing some volatile times. So the percentage, it's a percentage, and it's based off of your interest credited on that first year. So it's a great hedge against inflation too. It's also like another objection handling tool so that clients know that they can feel more comfortable investing now instead of saying like, well, we could do this at a later time. Well, you could do it now and you're still going to have that extra oomph if you need it.
And with no fee also.
Agree. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. So how this works, this is an example of how it would work. So let's think if you put $100,000 into the S&P 500 with a cap, and you cap out in year one. Our cap for the S&P 500 is 10.75. So your client would get 10,750 in year one. Normal scenario, that's how a lot of fixed index annuities work right now. But where we're different with this interest boost is we'll give you a first, after the first crediting term, so 120% of that $10,750. So you do $10,750 times 120%, which would give you 12,900. So instead of the 10,750, your client would get 12,900 in year one. So it helps your client start off strong, and then you compound off of that going forward. And just like Deb said, this is a part of the contract. There is no additional fee. So that's a pretty cool feature that people are loving. That is the basic overview of our fixed index annuity. Of course, I could go more in depth. Y'all can call us. We can go over it too if you have questions, and we can do that at the end as well. But our other flagship product is our Waypoint MIGA. These rates are also really competitive for those ultra conservative clients, your CD clients. Please do think of us as an option. Other than our rates that you see here, our biggest differentiators are issue age up to 89 and 364 days. So any of your clients that are under 90 years old can get this product. And not only that, but we also have full commission over age 80 right now. So that's also a really big deal for our client or our agents. Working with us, axonicinsurance.com is our website. Oops. On our website, so we just did a really big revamp of our website, which I'm personally really excited about, but we've also had a lot of great feedback from our advisors and our clients. But you can access marketing materials, applications, forms. We also added suitability guidelines, which our advisors love as well. We have FAQs, and we have an agent portal and a client portal so that your clients and agents, y'all can all access policy information. You can run illustrations. So we do have a lot of resources for you guys. And also on the agent portal, we are live on Hexure and Firelight. So if you're interested in e-apps, that is absolutely an option for you. And our sales desk number is right here. And that's Deb and I and a couple other people. And we're all really eager to help and love talking to you all. So call us if you have questions. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. So also, if you ever need some like sales ideas, or we are trying to always add some things so that you guys have some resources. So this is another little section on our website on how you can use some of our sales pieces. So we have laddering MIGAs, CDs versus MIGAs, just kind of an easy like breakout for your clients to see. And then that interest boost that we talked about, there's the guide on that too that kind of breaks it down, that makes it easy to understand.
Emily, can I interrupt you just for a minute?
You got it.
We also, when you showed our rate sheet a moment ago for our MIGA rates, I'd love to make sure that everyone knows that agents can get this and personalize it and put your name, your phone number, and send it out to your clients, your prospects. But we're getting a lot of people that are very interested in doing that. So I just wanted to mention that. So when you call us, we can send that to you on an individual basis, but I've had a couple agents do it and they love it. So I just want to make sure people knew that that's out there also.
Yes, thank you. So we can have this sheet, and on the bottom, right under the rates, we could say, we could put your name and your phone number. So it's a customizable rate sheet for you to provide your clients with. So it's kind of like an all-encompassing sheet for your client meetings. You can send them home with that. Not only do they have the rates right in front of them, but they have your access, like your information to call you as well. So thank you, Deb. That is a great point.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, if the agents want a copy, put that in the chat, or if you're not contracted with Axonic, put that in the chat, and I will make sure that David gets that out to you today. So anything that you see today that you want, put in the chat. Yes. I'll be happy to work with these folks to get them to you.
Awesome. Yes, thank you.
Thanks. Emily, I have one comment too on our website. I've had a lot of agents comment how user-friendly our website is. You don't need a login or password or anything to get into it. You can go in and find your paper app there and download it and email it. It's fillable, printable, but it's so easy peasy to get into. So, but if you have any questions, of course, call us and we'll be happy to help you.
Yes, we just did a revamp to the website and I am loving it. It is wonderful. It's a great tool for you guys, and feel free to, play around on it. But of course, like Deb said, if you have questions, call us. We can walk you through any of it. It is a really good tool and resource for you learning about Axonic and doing business with us. This is my last point. I'll leave you all with a quick sales idea. I spoke with John, and he mentioned that he's been talking a lot with his senior clients about legacy planning. So what he mentioned that he does is he asks his clients if their beneficiaries are savers or spenders. We all know statistically inheritance usually only lasts a couple years, if that. So a good way to provide your clients with peace of mind that their money isn't going to be, blown through is restricting how your beneficiaries are paid. So this is our form that we also recently came out with. Your clients can utilize this to restrict the payment of their death benefit, the amount and the structure of it to their designated beneficiaries. Just by filling out a simple form, you can provide your clients with a new tool for their legacy planning and possibly gain yourself a new client in the next generation, which is also a nice feature. Another company I worked at, they used to call this the control from the grave form. And then I've also heard it called a poor man's trust. So just a little sales tool that John asked me to mention to you guys because he's having a lot of success with it. He's doing a marketing strategy behind it right now and thought that it would be helpful for you guys to have that as a little sales tool as well. So to recap, it was a lot of information, but we talked about Axonic Insurance Services, who we are. We talked about our fixed index annuity and our MIGA, and a little bit about working with us and how it looks. So I just wanted to thank you guys also for being here. And
wow.
If you have any questions, of course, reach out.
Wow, that is good
but
news.
Then did want to see if you guys had any questions before you hit the road, before you hit the trail.
Yeah, I want to point out that the important sheet on the CDs versus MIGAs is a great starting point. If you're not selling annuities, this is the easiest way to move money, is to show them what a CD rate looks like versus a MIGA. Especially these guys focus on 20,000 or more. Somebody's microphone needs to be muted. But the MIGAs are really popular because they're good starting points. And a lot of times when you talk about MIGAs, then you can maneuver them over to an FI.
Glenn, your mic got muted.
Whoop, sorry about that. Anyway, so the MIGAs are a really good starting point because it's like a CD rate, and that 505 fixed rate is such an opportunity to show them a bigger upside on an FIA. So a lot of times I'll start my clients with a MIGA and kind of explain it to them, how it's, stronger than the CD rates. You're going to see Trump is beating down, the rates right now. He can't stand that the rates are so high. He wants to get money moving and the housing market moving and things. And so there's a big battle in the government right now. So you're going to see the rates go down. I think the CD rates will follow. So people that renew CD money, they already went from 5 to 4. Now they're probably going to be in the mid 3s. That's going to be a tough thing to swallow. So these MIGAs are a great way to present, the rates at first, and then when you show the upside of a fixed index with the 505 fixed rate and maybe the boost and other things that go along with it, this is a great product. So these guys focus on the 20,000 to 100,000 marks, up to age 89, full commission. I mean, that's a really another outstanding process. Most companies at age 70 or 75 have a break where you get a much lower commission. So you want to take a hard look at these guys and make sure they're part of your portfolio.
Yes, thank you. And I can also send that MIGA versus CD marketing piece to you, Glenn, so you can send it out for anyone or everyone, whatever. It's also available on the website, but I'll send it out just so that you have it too, because it is a good, easy, very user-friendly marketing piece that just kind of breaks it down.
And if either one of you or Debbie, Emily, could show maybe the portal, how easy it is to do an illustration. I found your website to be extraordinarily easy. And if we could segue maybe into that, that might be a good way for people to see how quickly you can get a illustration for somebody. The MIGAs are generally 1 or 2 pages, and the FIA is a little bit longer, but I just found the website to be super user friendly. And again, as some of you guys are getting started in annuities, this is a great way to kind of get your feet wet. If you have some money laying around or one of your relatives that you're working with, this is just a really great way to kind of get started. So maybe we can show a quick illustration.
Sure. Let me see. How do I get out of? Okay. Let's do.
Yeah, you'll probably have to hit the stop sharing and then share again is what I find.
Oh, you're right. All right, hold on. Let me grab it.
Yeah, it Teams tends to do that a little bit.
Thank you. I'm glad that you knew that, because I probably would have struggled for a second.
Yeah, it takes a minute. And then, and again, I represent a lot of companies here at Advocate. We have a lot of great things going on. But, you want to make it easy so that when you're with a client, me and Larry Ramey were with a client yesterday, and I wrote my first Axonic policy. And the cool thing was, it was just easy to understand their portal. So once you get familiar with things, it's going to really make it, better for you.
I'm logging into, I'm going to show you what I'm doing in a second, but I have 2 different ways to show this. So I'm just authenticating this. And we're going to go.
Emily, while you're doing that, I just had 2 other comments. Glenn, thank you for your comments. We really appreciate it. And I was thinking about our large case forms. If an agent has a case that's a penny over $1 million, there's a large case form on our website that we can send you and show you where it's at. And I've seen these approvals get approved within an hour. So when those cases come up, definitely reach out to me or Emily, and we will have your agent fill out a 1-page form. It's so easy peasy, you won't believe it. And then get it approved and send it in. But we do many large cases. And then on another note, if you've got agents that are doing Medicare sales, the other day I was talking to one of my friends in St. Louis. She specializes in Medicare. And I said, Debbie, you really need to look at our MIGA products and our FIA, because I know that during Medicare season, you can't talk about annuities at that moment, but you can go back after December 7th and talk to them. And I sent her our personalized rate sheet and our CD versus MIGA. And I said, this will be so easy for you to be able to go back and cross-sell your Medicare clients to annuities. So I just wanted to mention that.
Yes, thank you.
Great point. And we can do that now until October 1st too. So I mean, there's a lot of opportunity.
Exactly.
A lot of our agents are doing reviews, to your point. Thank you, Debbie, because We're asking people to update their doctors and medications. We're not really able to show any, there's no plan information yet to show. But just by doing that, then you can segue into, hey, by the way, I want to make sure I give you one of these rate sheets, get that conversation started and see where it goes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So I do have this pulled up, so let's see now. Can you all see my screen again?
We can, yep.
Awesome. Okay, so this is our website. I just went to axonicinsurance.com. This is just the home page. You can explore it as much as you'd love, but this is, if you click on the professionals, the area that we were talking about right here is where you would sign on to the agent portal. Once you get contracted with us at Axonic, you can, they'll send you an email from contracting, and it would come from, it's an email from Axonic, and it will be a registration link to set up this portal. That link does expire in 24 hours. So if you don't get to it right when you get contracted, give us a call, Deb or I. Mainly me. Deb doesn't love the portal combos, but call me. I'll get you registered on the portal. It takes a couple seconds, and then you'll have access to all the stuff I'm about to show you. But before I get into that, this is what I was talking about before, all the different things we have available, right? You don't even need a login for this information. This is just right there on our website. That MIGA versus CD piece we were talking about is just right here. And it'll open up this piece for you. It's just a really great tool to have when you're talking to your clients, just an easy peasy breakdown of why a multi-year guaranteed annuity may be a better fit for them versus a CD. And again, like we talked about those rates, and if those CD rates are going to go down, ours is going to be, a MIGA rate's going to look really advantageous for your clients, and they're going to see that very easily. But this is a good breakdown too about the differences between a MIGA and a CD. So you can, yes.
Emily, can you touch on that FAQ for just a moment? Because that's something we
also
can email to you, Glenn, and you can distribute to your agents. The FAQs are printed out on a 3-page PDF where it gives you all the pertinent information about where do I email this app? Where do I fax it? What if I want to wire money? How do I do that? Who do I make the check to? It is so wonderful. I send this out about 20 times a day. It's a fabulous piece that the agent can have at their fingertips. And I just want to make sure you guys are aware of this because it's a wonderful piece.
Great point. Yes, these FAQs. So even if you don't want to call me and Deb, you're a little phone shy, you can go on these FAQs and figure out most everything about how to do business with us. Like, how do you get your contracting, which you'll go through, Glenn, too, but all the different things, all the nitty gritty of how we do business and what our procedures look like will be here as well. So, or if you may love talking on the phone too, but if it's after business hours or something, this is a really great resource. It's just right on that professionals part. You hit professionals and then go down the FAQs. All of those things are going to be right here. So thank you, Deb. That is also a really great resource. I just really love our website. They really did a great job. They just revamped it. So definitely take a peek at it because I think it will make you guys familiar with our practices as well. But as Glenn said, this is what our portal looks like on the inside. So once you get registered with us, this is something that you would have access to. It's very simple how you would do it. The illustrations, you just put in the information. Oops, I'm going to need one more 0 on there, aren't I? Let's see. We'll just do, so we have on the MIGA the 2, 3, 5, 7, and 10 year. A lot of people are doing the 5 right now because it is a 5.65. I'm just going to do this and this so you guys can see how easy it is. If you don't even need the whole illustration, you just kind of want to look at the numbers for a comparative, you can do it that way, but then you can also download it and it would be a customized thing for a client meeting. Oops. Let me zoom in.
And just a heads up, these rates are different by state, so sometimes the rates could be a little different, but yeah, super easy.
Ours are actually the same in all states. The only difference that we have is California has a different surrender schedule. So these rates would apply for all the states.
Beautiful.
Yes. But good point. Thank you, because that's also different for us. Yeah, but that's how easy the illustrations are. I can show you quickly while I have you our fixed index. Age, we'll just say 80. Just made that up. Actually, well, yeah, that's fine. But that's as easy as it is. It's really, they did a great job on making this a pretty easy system for y'all to go through. You just put in the information and now you have a customized illustration for your client meeting. So between that CD MIGA rate or the between all of those different marketing materials, it would be a really nice presentation for a client. I think we do provide a good amount of resources for you guys to have an easy conversation to aid in those conversations. But this is what the illustrations look like. And of course, this is a lot of numbers, but you can call me. I'll go over all of it so you feel comfortable in those meetings. It's a really great tool to have, but it's an easy process, I think. So, and I can, again, always walk you through any of those things.
A couple quick questions. Chris Ajar is asking, can this be branded? So will it show the agent's name, I think is what he's asking.
Yes, so you can put your agent name on here. So you could put your name right there. You could put your client name. A lot of people, when they're just getting started, they'll say like valued client just to get an idea what they look like. You can put your state license number, your firm name. It can all be customized. Yes, great question. So on this first page, it would show right here.
Awesome. And then his second question was any free withdrawals on the MIGA?
Thank you. Sorry, I did forget to go over that. Yes, free withdrawals after year one. So 10% free withdrawals after year one. So if you are sending over any qualified money, say for instance, and you need an RMD, we do say try and take the RMD out before you send it over, so you do have that second year free withdrawal opportunity.
I think he's asking, is there a 10% withdrawal each year as well?
10% after year one, yes.
After year one, okay, all right,
yes.
Perfect. And then Anna Leon is asking, are these products available in New Mexico? We have a
yes.
Challenging state at times. Sometimes Michigan and New Mexico and California can be difficult.
Yes, so in Michigan, California, and New Mexico, these two products are available.
And,
awesome.
And Glenn, the product is approved in California as well, but the Boost Rider is not approved yet in California.
Thank you. The interest boost on the fixed index annuity is not available in California. Thank you.
Okay. And then Helen's asking, is there a floor on the deposit after year one on the index?
So these are all single premium annuities. So it would be no additional, it's not a flexible premium. So no additional, what am I trying to say?
Deposits.
You can't add money. Thank you, deposits.
And the minimum is 20,000 for the low band and 100,000 for the high band?
Yes.
Okay, so if people don't understand, could you explain the low and the high band real quick?
Yes, let me pull up. I can actually show you where it would be on our website too. Oh no, it's under, we just moved it. Products. Here. So the low band is going to be anything under 100,000 but over 20. So 20,000 to 99,999. That's what these rates would be. That's considered our low band. The high band is anything over 100,000. So the rates would just change a little bit based on the premium amount.
Yeah, so when you see that 5-year product at 5.65 for 100,000, that is a very strong product to offer. And then if you look at this little ad, you can kind of see that sales desk. I imagine that this rate sheet could also be customized for the agent.
This is correct. This is the one that can be customized right under here on this section between where it says sales desk and this. We can put your name. It's a fillable sheet that I could send you or Deb could send you, and you would put your name and your phone number on there so that you can have this and give it to your client, and they have the rates and your phone number and your name on the same sheet.
So if I'm an agent out in the field, on one side I would have this, and on the back side I would have a CD versus the MIGA on the back side, and print these up and hand these out to every client I walk into. I mean, this is a great sales piece to put together, and would be awesome for you guys to show your clients.
Absolutely.
Are these social media pieces available as well?
What do you mean?
Are we able to post these on social media? I see some disclaimers on the one. If we customize these, can we post the rates on our social media?
I think so. Deb, do you know?
I honestly don't know. We'd probably want to check with our marketing person on that, Glenn, but we can check and let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily, will you make a note of that, or I'll make a note of that?
Yeah, of course.
And then
we'll check. I don't actually know that.
Our folks in New Mexico, I don't think I've asked yet, but is there Spanish materials as well?
Good question. No, I don't think we do have Spanish materials, but that's something I can let our marketing department would be a need, and I'm sure that they would be able to accommodate that.
Yeah, I think that would be valuable because we have a lot of agents in out Southwest, and they're really working that base there, and it's growing for us.
Okay, I will. We'll check on those two things with our marketing department.
Thank you for bringing that up, Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions from anybody? This is great interaction. Thank you.
Of course. Yeah.
So again, if you want to be contracted, if you're not contracted yet, hit David Reif up or just put it in the chat, and I will send him a consolidated list today. If there's any pieces that you saw today, a couple of you guys are hitting me up in the chat, I will try to get these out as well. So I'll pull these up and send these out. But these would be really good for you to have. I think everybody needs a company to lean on for fixed rates, and this is a really good company to lean on because you got some lower years in the 2, 3, 4 range, and you also got a longer year mark that you can help people with on the MIGAs, and you also have the upside with the boost and with the 5.05 fixed rate for the fixed index. That's way better than 2 and 3% that a lot of companies are giving, boys and girls.
Yes, we do have very competitive rates, and I think obviously you do what's for the best interest of the client, but we also have very nice commission schedules as well.